First of all, I started this podcast 2 years ago for a variety of reasons. And at the end of the day, what I realized was the reason that mattered the most was that I had some healing that I needed to do. The first season was really just strictly about race and work and imposter syndrome, kind of breaking down what is this imposter phenomenon, this imposter experience that I have had, but also that so many of you have also had. We talked about feeling as though we aren't enough or that we don't know enough, that we are a fraud, that our success was by mistake, but that our failure was because that is the true capability of us, even though it's not true. And we've talked about what race has to do with that, what womanhood or femininity, in my case, has to do with that feeling of imposter syndrome, particularly when we are in maybe these white collar type jobs. We talked about racial harassment. We talked about bullying in the workplace. And we talked a lot about the therapeutic healing that we can do, working with coaches, working on our somatic practices, working on healing in community and what it means to be a Black-led organization. That season was clarifying for me because I talked a lot with people who had experienced harassment or bullying and who were trying to find a legal outlet. I felt betrayal, I felt anger, I felt rage, I felt fear, and I felt like I'm not carrying this bullshit for anybody else any longer. Today, I'm living with purpose and intention. Today, I work for myself, and I get to decide for myself whether I'm going to be swept away in anxiety over fear of lack of income, or today I'm going to be swept into anxiety around not having a podcast episode uploaded on time. It has been a blessing to be able to slow down and examine myself and my actions and my intentions and my purpose. And it's only been through these conversations with these, 20, 25 women in season 4 that I have been able to do that. It's fascinating how all of this has come together. And I am so grateful for those of you who have continued to share with me how much you appreciate this season in particular, but also, the podcast and the guests that we've had. I am grateful for all of the guests who I randomly reached out to or who randomly reached out to me, who went through my vetting process as far as getting to know each other and agreed to share an hour of their time with me and to share a part of their story with you. I have grown so much, and part of that growth, part of the commitment that I'm making to myself through this growth is that I am going to just let this show be for the next 5 or 6 months. Your comments on Spotify, your ratings, your emails, and your responses to my newsletter, and all of the engagement, texting me in the WhatsApp group, please do that. That is really, really helpful for me because what it feels like is I'm putting this content into the world and it's reaching nobody. And I feel good about it. All of that engagement lets me know that this means something, that it's not just going out there into the ether.